Congratulations on the win, man.
Thank you.
Defense played a massive role in this game, from the goal line stand to forcing, a couple of short field goal attempts to knocking down that Hail Mary at the end. Can you just tell me about how important it was today to hold that team out of the end zone and to make sure that they had to fight for every yard that they got?
Yeah, for sure. That fourth down stand was huge. They drove the whole field on us, and to come up with no points is big. Obviously we don't want them to drive the field on us, but that was a huge goal line stand. They went for two. We stopped them on that. That was big. That forced them to go for two later on in the game and end up getting it, which, at the time it was a big stop. We forced some missed field goal. And, I think that we made some big plays, but at the same time, we walked back in the locker room and we're just, that was a good football team. You got to give them all the credit in the world. They obviously, watched a lot of film on us and schemed us on some plays. We weren't able to get any takeaways today, even though I thought at the end, Poe did a hell of a job of letting him get up, and I thought it, stripped it out, but it didn't go our way. We found a way to get it done in the end, but, there's still a lot of stuff we got to work on. That's weird saying after winning a playoff game, but it's the truth. We got to go back to the tables this week and try to eliminate some of the big plays that they got on us.
What was the key to stifling their running game today? I think Taylor only really had one real long one.
Yeah. I think he had one, and then I think Hines had a couple. I think we just missed some tackles in the second half that we can't give them. But, we emphasized all week just making them one-dimensional, stopping the run. That was a good running back, a good offensive line. Obviously, anytime you play against a quarterback like that, he's going to put them in the right offense, the right play to beat our defense. We stressed that all week about just winning your one-on-ones, and, early in the game we were doing that. We were stopping them. We just got to calm down in the second half and be able to eliminate some of those big plays.
And then I got to ask you about the play at the end, to knocking that ball down, man. You went up with both hands and just spiked that into the turf. Given what happened in Arizona, how sweet was it to kind of have a redo?
Yeah, I love that I was able to do that again. I walked in the locker room and seemed like everybody was nervous. I'm like, dang, all I did was hit it down. But it was a big play. Obviously, the game-sealing play. As soon as I saw there were, I think, 4 seconds left, they had to go for the end zone. I just backed up in the end zone. I said, there ain't no way this is happening again. And I got a running start to go up and hit it. Looking back, I wish I would have done it in AZ. But hey, you learn some, you win some, you lose some, and when you lose, you learn along the way. So I was able to do that.
Congratulations, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
Hey, Micah, Adam from 7ABC. Congrats on the win. Jason already mentioned it and asked about it. First, I want to ask about the locker room, though. When you said everyone was nervous, what do you mean? Because at that point, when you got back there, it's in the bag. Is it just kind of jitters from kind of feeling like you were there before?
Well, everyone was like, man, that ball was up in the air forever. It didn't seem like that for me on that play. At AZ, it did. Arizona seemed like the ball was up there forever, and I was on my heels when I went to jump. But I honestly just got all the way back to the end zone and just had a running start going forward. And I was like, this ball is not going over my head. I'm just going to time it up and, do my best volleyball impression.
Arizona seemed like kind of an inciting moment for the tear that you guys have been on since the bye week. But with 4 seconds left and knowing the scenario that was going to come at you for the final play of the game, did that play creep into your mind at all, even before the snap?
Man, my man, like, I'm out there competing. That's the last thing I was thinking about was that AZ play. Did I learn my lesson from the AZ play? Yes. But in my mind, I'm not thinking, oh, no, please don't throw a Hail Mary because, the DB in me wanted to catch it and get some yards after it. But, I was they stressed, since the AZ week, just knocking it down. So I was able to do that.
Thanks, Micah. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Hey, Micah, Jenna Cottrell here. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
First playoff win since 1995. I know there's still more work to be done. But getting a win like this today in front of Bills Mafia, ending that type of drought, what does that feel like for you guys?
It's huge. It's huge. That's just another step of our season that we wanted to accomplish. We have a lot more goals to attain. But, you know, it was huge. We came out today, running out of the tunnel, and, you know, call it 6,700 fans, but, man, that place was rocking. It was louder than I expected, and I'm not going to lie. Didn't even have the upper deck. Nobody was even in the upper deck, and it was wild to hear. But when I was running out of the tunnel, I literally got chills, thinking that, damn, like, fans are back. This is weird. I'm used to being quiet, but you know, it was awesome to get a win in front of Bills Mafia in Orchard Park for the first time since '95.
I can only imagine. I'm just curious, like afterwards, post game, you guys get the win. What was that locker room experience like for you guys?
You know, it's just it's exciting. It's exciting. You know, since that AZ game, I feel like you know, walking into the locker room after the game is just it's just been a blessing. It's been a blessing to be here with these guys. You know, we've worked so hard in a crazy COVID year to get to the point where we are. You know, it's just a blessing that you know, I'm here. You know, I'm able to go home, and my wife was here. My son was here for his first game. To get that win was important, and I literally, like, even pregame, I was kind of getting choked up a little bit, just because, you know, throughout the last 4 years, what we've been able to do with this organization and this community, you know, it's just amazing.
What does that mean to you? I didn't realize your son was in attendance. I know he probably won't remember, but just for you.
No, he definitely will remember. But, you know, when he's older, I'll be able to tell him that, you know, he was a part of the first win in Buffalo since '95. And you know, my wife, she gives me my, you know, she always sends me the pregame speech to get me going. And, you know, it had some pictures of him dressed up in my jersey. You know, that was just, oh man, thinking about it now. I think now that, you know, people say when you become a dad, you start to get emotional. I see it now. You know, I just turned 30. I'm a dad now, and I'm over here talking about getting emotional.
Congrats, Micah. Good luck.
Hi, Micah. Rich Donnelly, Channel 10 in Rochester. You mentioned the pregame speech by your wife. What were some of the points in that?
You know, that's between me and her. You know, she's my partner in crime, and she gets me hyped, you know, before the games and stuff like that. But, you know, the gist of it is just being blessed to be here in such a great community, you know, surrounded by great teammates, great coaches, great organization, the community of Buffalo, you know, just dying for a winning team. We're giving that to them to have a win today. You know, just being here, you know, being friends with our neighbors, you know, just it's home. It's family. It's home. And, you know, that's kind of the gist of it is what she was talking about.
You mentioned being blessed. You came to this team with a new head coach coming off the drought years, a losing franchise. You were a free agent. You chose Buffalo. Sean McDermott always talks about the 24-hour rule. Is it safe to say that maybe you guys might stretch this celebration to a 25th hour, maybe a 26th, and really enjoy this game a little more?
You know, obviously we're going to watch the games of the weekend, and we don't know who we're playing yet. You know, that's too early to tell. But at the same time, and I feel like every season I don't reflect on what we've done until you play your last game. You know, I wake up the next morning and I always just wake up blessed. I know I keep saying blessed, but it's the truth. And, you know, I won't reflect until the season's over. But because right now we just got to continue to work. You know, I'm gonna try to be in the next day, the next couple of days, and obviously watch this film. You know, get some workouts in. You know, me and Poe, my lift buddy, we've been grinding all year. You know, lifting 4 or 5 days a week, and you know that's just it's a mindset we have, and we'll continue to do that.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rich.
Hey, Mike, it was no secret that they were going to try to come in here and control time possession. They ran a lot of plays. They had a lot of yards, but in the end, it was only 24 points. How are you guys able to do that where it seems like they're having a lot of success on offense, but it doesn't hurt you on the scoreboard as much as it probably would in most games for most teams?
Well, I think it's, you know, we've kind of been talking a lot about red zone defense. You know, we feel like throughout the whole season we need to play better. And obviously, you know, they're going to get – with a guy like Philip Rivers, he's going to put them in the best play possible against our defense. He's going to see most of the time what we're in. But when you get into that red zone, stuff happens quicker, and you got to be able to to execute. We feel like we haven't been doing that well throughout the season, so that was an emphasis coming into this game. We were able to force missed field goal, had a four-down stop. Like I said, stopped the two-point conversion. Big plays that by our defense and we forced another field goal. Just big plays by our defense that kind of in the end of the game you realize. But at the same time, I felt like we could have did better.
Is this maybe one of the best last seeds in the AFC that there's probably ever been? It doesn't seem like they're a 7 seed in any way.
Oh, that seeding stuff goes out the window once the first snap is played. I've been fortunate enough to be on teams that were first round bye, going into that divisional round game, and the team that you're playing is ready to go. We're coming off a win. I've also been fortunate enough to be a wild card team that's barely slipped into the play. Shoot, our first year here in 17, a couple years in Green Bay, just slipping in, and it doesn't matter. Like once you're in the playoffs, it's all about who's hot and who's ready to go. It don't have nothing to do with seeding.